You guys know it sure feels a lot like 1861 out there with everything that's going on. In comparison, the South um, did not want to end slavery. So, in essence, the comparison comes in between Trump and Abe Lincoln. I'm not saying, they're comparisons as a human being. I'm just doing comparisons as the time and the events that are going on right now. Lincoln's downfall almost came from his abolitionist base because nobody, the governors in the South, did not want to give up their slaves. Therefore, they rebelled, kind of like the Democrats are doing now. They are rebelling. These governors, these mayors, these left wingers, they are totally letting this stuff go on because they think that this is a political tool to get rid of Trump. So the South wanted to get rid of Abe Lincoln. Lincoln's vision, his whole goal was to keep the Union together. Trump knows this, that they have the same goal in mind as compared to the Democrats and the South. Just different, obviously, circumstances. But the thing about it is that there have been several generals that have openly defied Trump and have spoken against actions that he's done. For example, when he walked across the street to the church and took a picture with the Bible, which most people see no problem with, especially, obviously Christians. But the thing is that after that was done, a general, I can't, Mattis or whatever his name was, openly defied Trump by saying that he apologized to the men and women of the military. He didn't know that he was going to be used for a photo op. Um, Honestly, it's might not be a big deal to most people, but it is in the as terms in terms of chain of command. Trump is the commander in chief. Um, so, in essence, Trump knows that several generals, high ranking officials, obviously, in the military, um, might openly defy him if he tells them to go in and restore order. Say, like in the CHOP or the CHAZ, whatever the heck they want to call it now. But what it is that that would look absolutely awful for the President of the United States to give the order for the U.S. military to go in there and restore order to these places that are still way out of control. So Trump kind of finds himself in the same shoes as Abe Lincoln did, with the openly defiant governors of blue states and the openly defiant mayors, as where Lincoln faced the same opposition in 1861 with the Southern governors, and they're saying, no little puny little president sitting in a White House 1,000 miles away is gonna, tell us what to do. Um, so Lincoln knew that he had no choice other than to go to war, which in essence, he unleashed it at Fort Sumter. But if you look at the circumstances now as compared to back then, it took Abraham Lincoln 3 years. It took him 3 years to find a general that would run the campaign that he wanted to. So, and of course, that was Ulysses Grant. So now, who is going to want, in modern times I'm speaking, who is going to want to stand up next to Trump when he's obviously got high ranking officials of the U.S. military who have openly defied him? And Trump knows this, that if he gave the order for them to go in, they might say, screw you. Trump, we don't care what you want. You're nobody. We don't agree with you. We don't care if you're the president. So he knows this, and that's why Trump is being very careful about not sending the military in. So we need to, because I know a lot of people are calling for Trump to send in the military. But another way to look at it, though, would be that Trump is kind of letting this play out as it did in the CHOP. And now it sounds like that dimwit mayor out there in Seattle is finally going to start maybe trying to take the CHOP or the Chaz or whatever back. But she says there's no timeline of events or whatever that, there's no timeline that we are going to get it back by. She's a joke. You people in Seattle, whoever elected her, you should be completely ashamed of yourself, because what a joke. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about the people. All she cares about is getting rid of Trump. All these blue states that are allowing all of this junk to go on, I mean, look at AOC. Look at what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said. She doesn't care about people losing their jobs. The number one goal is to get rid of Trump, and the Democrats don't care who they hurt in the process. It's sickening. Honestly, they don't care about you. Look, when the numbers came out and 40 million Americans lost their jobs, they are secretly cheering for this. They don't care. That is why you see all of the major unrest, all of the rioting, all of the major looting, all of the lawlessness is going on in blue states, predominantly controlled by blue governors, blue mayors. The only one I can think of off the hand where we've seen a lot of unrest is Georgia, that has a Republican governor, but Atlanta is controlled by a deeply liberal mayor. These have you guys seen the numbers that just came out about the protesters and the rioters or whatever? Only 1 of 6 protesters is black. It's primarily white people, for mostly young white girls that have been indoctrinated at these liberal universities. If you don't believe me, just look at the numbers that just came out. Look at all of this, and you will see my point. I am just trying to open up the eyes of people as to what is going on. It is a silent coup, and there's evidence of that with the junk that just came out with General Flynn. I mean, here is a general that was, he was going to be Trump's director of whatever, National Security, Department of Defense. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But all it is it shows that Barack Obama, Joe Biden were directly involved in the setting up of General Flynn. The only reason why he pled guilty to lying is because they said if he didn't, they were going to go after his son. They were going to bankrupt his son. They were basically going to ruin his son. I think any dad would probably do the same thing for their kids. I mean, it's just the level of corruption that is going on with the Democrat Party right now is unbelievable. And it's really never been seen before in this country to the level of corruption. I mean, this goes straight to the top. I mean, with Obama knowing all about this. So, anyways, I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents as to what's going on. So, I'll talk to you guys soon.